Hi guys, my name is Muthoni Ngugi, founder and CEO Gaze Furnishing Kenya Limited, Gaze Group of Companies at large. I love interior design because it makes it makes me so happy. It's about colors, it's about different personalities. Each space should describe the person's personality. So I love it. I love it so much. So as I get to work and make money, I also do something that I love. So gaze furnishing came from the word gaze, to stare. So we wanted to create a product that when someone looks at the item, they gaze, they stare. And yeah, we've proven that over the years because we've been in the market for 7 years now. And we've proven that our products are unique. And when you look at them, you will know this is by and from Gaze Furnishing Kenya Limited. So at Gaze Furnishing, we have a wide range of products. We have 70% local manufactured product, and then 30% is imported. So the 70% we made from local wood. We use the local fundis. So we are empowering local artisans. So we come up with the product from the ground up, be it a bed, be it a couch. Now the difference between what makes our product unique is that we make according to a drawing. Like you tell us and describe what you want, and then now we sketch it and then build it from the ground up. And then the 30% which is imported, that one is a bathtub, sink, chandeliers, gold details, accessories, things that will make our furniture even more unique. Well, I like epistomophilia because it is a person who is in love with knowledge, a person who's in love with education. So I'm always encouraging people, especially young people who want to run a business. How to run a business differently from other people is to go to school, continue empowering yourself and feeling yourself, because many people take so much time feeling other people and forget themselves. And part of feeling yourself is go to school and continue learning and learning and learning. It never stops. Of the many hats that I wear, Muthoni is a mother of a 2-year-old, Muthoni is a daughter, Muthoni is a sister, Muthoni is an entrepreneur. And yeah, I've managed to do this through proper planning, proper failure to plan is planning to fail. So Muthoni wakes up at around 8 a.m. I would not lie that I wake up earlier. So many people have this notion that the billionaires and the millionaires and the shakers and the movers wake up by 5 a.m. There was a time for that when now we were building from the ground up, which we are not yet there yet. But there's a time in life that you need now to slow down and have just proper planning and not just be busy doing nothing. Yeah. So Muthoni wakes up at 8 a.m. Then I make my bed. First thing I do is I make my bed. My mother always insisted on making your bed. When you make your bed, everything just works out perfectly. Then I play a morning devotion. Then I like to worship in the morning. As I worship, I'm also taking a bath. Yeah, by that time, my daughter is not yet awake. So then I have a home office. So I will dash to the home office, check on my to-do list for the day, which I had written. I write all my to-do list on Sunday for the whole week, like Monday, Tuesday, I plan the whole week. So I'll check out my to-do list on my to-do list for that particular day. Then I start this and this and this and this, and I take the first hour of the morning or first hour 3. Then I check in the office by 10. Yeah, that's a typical day. That's my morning hours. With all these things said, business is creating a solution for people to buy. Yeah, and the solution also, most people in business, most clients buy the relationship, not the product, because there are so many people who are selling the same product, but because of the relationship that you have created with them, they end up buying your product. So with that being said, I talk a lot. So I'll talk from the time I enter my office. My last meeting should be at 4:30. Then by 4:30, that is in the main office, headquarters. By 4:30, I will drive back to the warehouse, check on the orders that need to be delivered the following day and the progress for that week, because we deliver in the weekend. So we have to check progress every day and keep clients in check every day. Then from the warehouse, it will be late at that time. I would rush home and then play with my daughter, and by that time I switch off my phone and it will be my daughter's world up to the time we sleep. Yeah, so Muthoni was born in 1995. I was born in Nairobi, and then I have lived so many places in Nairobi. We didn't come from a very well-off background back then. So I have tried Kibera, I've tried Botela, Kayole, Umoja. But by the time I was 5, my mom got married and we moved to Belgium. So most of my childhood part, I can only remember the Belgium part. So when I was about 11, we came back to Kenya. And yeah, since then I have been living here. So I did not school so much in Kenya because I went to Belgium when I was 5. So I came when I was in the final year, like class 8. I did class 8 and passed very well, then went straight to high school. So I did only 1 year in the country. Then I went to State House Girls High School. Then after State House Girls, I went to the Nairobi University. And then, yeah, so I've been doing many courses up from then. I've been doing so many. So my experience in high school, I was not a very shy student. I was in drama, I was in music, I was in many things, co-curriculum activities. I was in a swimming club. And yeah, I actually thought I would become a very outgoing person, a very talkative person after high school. Even people in my school would think I would be maybe a journalist or just someone who, you know, is out there. But now after high school, after some years, I realized I'm such an introvert and I don't even like to talk. So the me in high school and the me now is totally different. So I did Bachelor of Commerce Finance option, and because I always thought I would be a corporate girl. I always thought I looked at myself as a lady who would be waking up, going to the office, killing it at the corner office. And that didn't turn out to be my life now, because I do the same thing. I started my business in 2017. And the more we scaled up the ladder, the more there was a need for a human resource knowledge and human resource manager. So I decided to take up the course. So I would do Gumbaru. I would go to school in the evening or Saturday classes, and I did HR as well. Then as I climbed up, because I'm a fan of education, I'm an advocate for education, I'm a fan of equipping myself with knowledge. So I did the private pilot license as well, and 40 hours of flying. And yeah, I'm looking forward to doing more and more courses so that I can also teach my daughter the value of education and the value of knowledge in a woman and in everybody. So I moved out from my mom's house with the padlock that she gave me, because that time padlocks were so expensive and the moms knew how to buy the quality padlocks. So in my house, I just had a bag with my clothes inside and then a carpet. So I used to sleep on the floor and use the bag with my clothes as a pillow and just cover myself till morning. But I wrote a list. And that habit, I took it from high school up to now. And by the time she was allowing me to come to live by myself, I had found a job. I was a waitress, and I worked 2 jobs. So I would do waitressing in the night, and then in the morning, during the day, I would work at a real estate firm as a PA. I used to work on Gong Road for my day job. Night job was in town. So the day job was in Gong Road, and then there was toy market behind where I was working. So during my lunch break or my, before I go home, before I board my matatu to go to my house, I would go to toy market and scout for things, like mats and whatnot. So my love grew from there. So one day I sold my TV cabinet, and I sold it at more money than I had bought it for. And I was like, oh, so you can make money from this thing? I'm not even sweating to do this. Some of my highlights that I've been able to achieve in my journey is to become a panelist, and is to be listed also by Forbes 30 under 30. And then also at the panelist, I can now be able to discuss conversations in depth that affect us from day-to-day life. But stay tuned, we will be right back. This is Millennial on the Move. And we are back. This is Millennial on the Move. You can find us on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook as Gaze_Kenya. So I got an email from Forbes, and that made me happy, and I was very excited. But the funny thing is that as an entrepreneur, you keep wanting more. So I was excited for exactly 24 hours. Then I asked myself, what next? Because now it's like God is placing me somewhere else, from where I was the previous years. So what now? What do I need to create within me that is suitable for that position that God is calling me for? And then, yeah, as a panelist, well, it's interesting because you get to sit in a room where you're not the smartest, and that is the smartest move ever, because now you get to learn and you get to be, you get to be challenged, and that's a nice thing. And then also as a pilot, I don't practice anymore, but that was a big highlight because it was all something I always wanted to do, but I told you I didn't grow up with so much money, so I could not afford at that time. But now when I was able to afford it, I did it, and that one was fulfilling. And I'm planning to embark on flying as soon as I finish certain things in business, and I think that will be my retirement plan. So there's an entrepreneur and a business owner. A business owner is someone who lives from, they have a business and they get the money and they go home. And the entrepreneur has been able to build a business that can run even without their presence, and they can run even without people knowing who the owner is. So if you get to know the difference, and also now back to employee, an employee has more month at the end of the money, and then an entrepreneur has more money at the end of the month, but more challenges. So how I'm able to handle these challenges is getting to know what's your end goal, because now we are building brands for generations, 3 generations to come, yeah? So if you get to know the end goal, you will stick to the prize. You will have eyes on the prize. That's how I get to stick to it. Lessons that I have learned as an entrepreneur is first, believe in a higher being. And then lesson number 2 is that the people who should inspire you to join in business must have failed first. Don't just go for the rosy ones. Ask them what was your lowest point and how did you come out of it? Because at least with that, you will know how it feels when you fail and how you can come back. So there's this story that I don't speak about it so much. So in my line, during my journey, I bumped into a job at a PR firm, and then I used to do account, below and is it called below and above the belt marketing for Kenyatta University under a PR firm, which was spearheaded by Honorable Moses Kuria at that time. So because I was good at my job, my first paycheck was about 50,000, and I was wondering, 50,000 and I'm just 20? And at that time, I used to live in a house below 10,000, and my bus fare to work was about 7,000. So I thought to myself, I don't need the rest of the money. So I did a standing order, and a big chunk of that amount would go to my standing order, so it would not meet me. So then I kept on asking myself why he would give me that amount of money. It turns out that he saw something in me that I did not see. So with that amount of money, the Bible says, to whom much is given, much is expected. So I would really work to prove to my boss that I deserve the money. So I end up doing all sorts of things in that office. And the things that I learned from that office are the things that I use in my day-to-day life, even now in my business. I was saving the money to buy a car because I was tired of taking the matatu to work, especially when it's raining, you get rained on, you get to work, you're so gloomy. So I was saving the money to buy a car, but not a business. I did not know that was my calling. By the time I got to save up to a certain amount to get a car, I went to a car yard, and then this Muindi told me, you know what, I'm not going to sell to you this car because you're inverting life. You're supposed to get a business, then get a car, not buy a car, then get a business. Then he explained to me, what if you lose this job? How will you sustain this car? And how will you sustain your life? So he said, I am sorry, Muthoni, I'll not sell this car to you. It was a wits at that time. So I went back with my money and I continued with my job. But remember, I used to sell to people, pieces of furniture that I have made for my house. So it was like my house was a showroom. So if someone comes and likes a plant, I'll give them plant and replace it. So after a long conversation, my boss would always tell me that I am grooming you, Muthoni, to become your own boss and to become like me. He was very it was like I was a project, yeah, because most of the things I know now, I owe it to my former boss. So fast forward, I quit working in that farm, and then I used the money, because now it was a big chunk of money. I did not buy a car. So I used the money and bought equipment and started the business, which is Gaze Group of Companies now. If you want to start a business, first of all, do your research. Find something that you can monetize. And also, number two, find people who can mentor you into this. And this is a key word that I keep saying now and then. Your mentor, please, this is my take, yeah? It's my opinion. Find a mentor who has failed before and then come back up. That is the perfect mentor. Some of my dreams are to have an airline company, Gaze Air Services, and then this will be a different kind of airline, because we want to have aircraft, you know, the Cessna crafts, they're small planes to lease to students, because there's a shortage of planes to lease to students who wants to study flying. Another dream that I'd like to chase is a magazine. So we are in the process of publishing a magazine that will come up soon. It's called Gaze Magazine Africa. It features entrepreneurs across Africa. We have Zanzibar. Zanzibar has a project like Konza City, which is Fumba Town. We have South Africa, we have Mozambique, we have Nigeria, we have entrepreneurs in Ghana already on board with us, working with us. So stay tuned for that magazine. It will be in your shelves soon. My message to young people is don't bleed for people to lead. You have generations to come. People should come from you who are leaders. People should come from you who are footballers. So just something in the cloud, you know, like a passing cloud should not sway you to almost take your life. As much as we want the country to be stable, stay safe and choose peace. Well, mental health for me is a key. It's very key even to run a business. You have to be very mentally stable, because you meet different people from all walks of life. So you need to take mental health very seriously. So for me, I do morning devotions every morning. I do therapy as well. I take therapy very serious. I used to think therapy is for mad people, and then I realized I'm the mad person. Well, that is on a light note. So do therapy if you can. There are affordable therapy that I've offered, I think on Upper Hill, yeah. Just find an array of affordable therapy sessions and embark on that. Take runs. If you are a workout junkie, work out. And most importantly, pray, because prayer has a calming sensation that comes with it. My experience as a mom, a millennial mom, is, well, it's quite interesting, because normally our moms would be there with us 24/7, you know, just go to play, come back. But now millennial moms go to work. That's a challenge. So sometimes I take my baby to work and just let her see how I run my things. Despite the young age, you know, they click it in their mind that this is how things are run and this is how the world runs, and it becomes just so normal to them. And then also I create time specifically for her, and at that time nothing else matters. I just shut down my phone and listen to her and take care of her. And there's so much to learn from a baby, actually. There's patience, there's kindness, there's mental stability, because you have to be mentally stable in order to raise a little one.